Sausage Squad.
Sausage Squad!
Sausage Squad.
Wow, hey, here we are, the movie squad, Sausage Squad, and, you know, basically, we are joined, finally, you've heard his name, you've heard his voice, you've heard his actions.
The action.
You've heard his actions, but the man
Just
in the gray
realised
flannel suit.
Can't press any buttons for sound effects.
Well, welcome to the movie squad table, Blake. What's happening?
Hello, I'm all good. Yourselves?
Well,
I'm trying to multitask over here.
So if you wondered what Blake is doing with his fingers, he's controlling the edge and stuff like that. But, you know, first we had to go over to our man here, Andrew, who wants to say he is Sadal. Andrew Sadal, right?
I've never wanted to say that my entire life.
Okay, whatever it is you want to say, bro. But this was Andrew's idea that we all come in suits as best as we can. So this is a real dressed up squad. I'm Chase.
Suit up.
Suit up! Oh my God! Oh damn it! Why did somebody say it? That would have been so good. Suit up.
It's my timing was slightly
That's
off.
my young blood, Matt.
Hello. How's it going?
Oh man, that was fantastic. Yo, I can't pick that. So because it's not Andrew's pick, but it's Andrew's favorite, that you could tell. So like, I mean, I would like Andrew to start us off with his best bits and then lead the conversation.
Okay, should we start saying what film we're actually covering?
Oh, you know what? Usually you can see the sign behind us. Usually you can see the sign behind us. But yes.
Maybe the title on YouTube gives it away.
Yeah, that's true too. No Time to Die.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah. All right. No, don't do Billie Eilish until you're ready to do Billie Eilish. Okay, so Andrew.
Yeah, so we're going to be reviewing No Time to Die, which is the 25th Bond movie, and it's the last one with Daniel Craig. It's a very long movie. I don't really know.
Is it the longest Bond movie?
So far, yeah.
Is it the longest so far?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
all of them have been really kind of long. I
Yeah.
thought all of them had crossed the line of the 2-hour limit. But
I expect it was like 2:20 or thereabouts, and then this one is 2:40.
whoa.
It's a big movie, isn't it? Like, I was late to rehearsal.
I gotta admit, I did not have to get up to go to the bathroom in this one.
Me too. I was like, I got to about like the end of the second act, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to pee at some point with this movie. And then I was like,
I was
okay,
getting at the end,
through
definitely.
like
Yeah.
through like the rest of the movie, like you know, it like keeps seeing you like, I can't go for a pee now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess that's the sound of a good movie.
But this was 6 episodes, wasn't it? For Daniel Craig.
5.
5.
Yeah, it's like 15 years.
Yeah, man, 15 years. But I mean, like, the thing about it is, he's not the longest, though, is he? Who's the
He
longest?
is now.
Oh, well, okay, fine.
Wow.
Thanks,
There would
Andrew,
have
for
been-
giving us the facts.
What's his name? Roger Moore.
Roger Moore. He's done the most, but in terms of length of time, it is Daniel
Was he
Craig.
the oldest as well? Roger Moore at the end.
Yeah.
57, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Whereas Daniel Craig's only 51.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you can't really call him the oldest because Sean Connery came back in Never Say Never Again. So he was pretty
That's
old.
not canon, though, is it?
Unofficially.
Why did he do that? That was kind of like, well, I kind of left because I was a bonehead, and let me do it again. Let me just do one more. Nobody remembers it either.
It's a weird one that I'll never say never again, isn't it? Because it's like the Bond film that isn't a Bond film.
it's a remake of Thunderball. That's what it was intended to be. Yeah.
Really, but it doesn't have the same scenes or
No.
yeah, but okay. It was kind of like, hey, this should have been Thunderball, but it's not. So anyway, let's do like so. Daniel Craig, when he first came out, he was supposed to be the prequel Bond. It was supposed to be what led up to Dr. No, wasn't it? And everything. So when he did Casino Royale, because was it Shot in the Dark, the first Bond movie?
Casino Royale. Which one?
Shot in the Dark with Peter Sellers was considered kind of like the unofficial first Ian Fleming Bond
That was
movie.
Casino Royale, that one.
Yeah, like the original Casino Royale.
Shot in
and
the
then they
Dark,
did like
Pink Panther.
Dr. No in like 62, didn't he?
I'm gonna leave the facts to Andrew. Yes.
It's
Okay.
like Dr. No was like the first like official Bond movie, but
Yeah.
there is a Casino Royale movie
Yeah, there is.
that
Yeah.
came out before it, which I've
No,
seen.
it's not great.
No, it
Yeah,
is
but that's what Daniel Craig was doing when he did his version of Casino Royale and stuff.
Best cut.
Someone is ringing our bell.
Ringing our bell.
What if it's MI6?
Hey, did you stop it? Oh,
What if MI6 are outside and they don't want us talking about James Bond?
Yeah, they're coming for us.
Strong possibility that we may never see Blake ever again.
Yeah, exactly. You know. So all right. So anyway, what I was trying to say is that when it started out the series with Daniel Craig, it was supposed to be prequel Bond. So like in that aspect, we got Casino Royale.
It's like a soft reboot in a way, wasn't it? Cause
Yeah,
it's
but it was going to be like what led up to him
is,
becoming Sean Connery. And but Andrew, you pointed out something significant to me earlier was that after Casino Royale wasn't supposed to be Spectre, but they didn't have the rights.
Yeah, originally Spectre were the ones who were supposed to be a bit behind everything.
Yeah.
But I think Barbara Broccoli and the Bond team, they didn't have access to Spectre.
Nightmare. So that's why they did Quantum of Solace.
That's what Quantum was originally.
Yeah. But that's why when they did Spectre, it was the same thing.
Quantum.
Yeah.
Like they organised.
That's why with Spectre, it felt really strange how they were trying to sort of tie everything together because they'd technically already done that. So there was
it was like all of the bad guys from all the Craig movies, innit? They were all part of Spectre in the end, and like, fair play. It's good, like, but yeah, no, I know what you're saying there.
But then, you know, so. With the way Quantum ended, it was supposed to be like dun dun dun. Now he's going to go after Spectre, and it was going to be like, all right, it was supposed to be it, but then they wanted more, and then they, you know, so what did they do after Quantum? Was that
that was Skyfall?
And then that's where everything changed because that gave us the so-called unofficial origin of James Bond.
Yeah, with the Skyfall Manor and
and they weren't supposed to go, dude. They weren't supposed to go there, but they did, and they did.
Up until like Quantum of Solace, the fan theory was that 007 was a code name, and James Bond was the name assigned to whoever's 007.
Yeah,
and of course, Skyfall was the one that went.
No, it's
not. Actually is called James Bond.
So.
Yeah. And then when did Christoph Waltz come into it? Did he come into Skyfall?
He was Spectre.
Inspector. So
which I remember when they'd cast him, and someone somewhere went, he's playing Blofeld.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they went, no, he's playing this other guy.
Yeah, it's like.
And then suddenly it was like, no, he actually is Blofeld.
Like, who else is he going to be playing? Like, realistically, like.
Now, for me, as an old guy, I remember Blofeld as Donald Pleasance. You know, with the cat and like, the monocle.
He was so evil.
Yeah. You know, where we get the whole Dr. Evil. But then they decided to throw a twist in there where they decided to make Blofeld and James Bond brothers.
Oh, yeah, he's like his half brother, isn't he?
Same thing. I believe in blood is blood. But I mean, like, the point is that wasn't in the initial canon, so they decided to change it. So now we get us finally to this movie, you know, No Time to Die, where Blofeld has a plan, and everything else like that. But then the trailer keeps blowing this up as like there's a big secret, James, you know, because we get this kind of on Her Majesty's Secret Service where he has a wife and all this kind of stuff, and he's happy, but then something goes wrong and everything. But instead of her dying, he lets her go and everything. So, I mean, like, now let's talk about that opening sequence because it was amazing.
In Italy? Is that where
where he goes to Vesper's grave. So Vesper was supposed to be, was she the love of my life? I guess so. I got to say goodbye to her.
It's the longest opening that they've ever done because I thought that the titles weren't even going to start because like they had that little section with Savin in the woods.
Yeah.
And then
It was. I looked at my phone just to check how long it was because it was 25 minutes into the film. I was like, did they cut Billie Eilish? I thought, nah, it's not going to happen, is it?
They can't cut Eilish. They won't do it. No, but it is like, I mean, that opening with like the thingy on the ice, It's just that whole
the guy who directed this, Cary.
Cary Fujinaga. Whatever. But he's a famous director.
I very mistakenly said he was a Mandalorian director when we did the reaction review. I'm just like, oh god, I get that wrong.
He's the first American director to actually direct a Bond film as well.
Is that American? Is he American?
He's American, but he's part Asian.
Yeah.
So like when originally he was actually going to be the director of It as well in 2017.
Oh yeah.
So immediately I could see why from the way that like the opening scenes were. I was like, this does feel like a horror movie.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Like there's that bit. I'm jumping super forward, but that bit in the forest where they go back to the cabins, like, and they're all foggy and all. That is like the most tense action sequence I think I've ever seen in a Bond film. Just the way he's like, just like Bond's just walking so slowly through it, and like, it's all like methodical and like,
but
really good, man.
But I have to admit, right? I don't really remember Spectre that well, not because it was so long ago, because it was so long ago.
It was a bit,
but so I didn't know that she was the daughter of Mr. White, who was like the head of Spectre. Yeah. Right. So at first. No, don't.
I feel like you're probably gonna go where I was going.
Well, come on, I couldn't help it. I thought she was gonna be Bond's daughter.
Yeah, I did
and everything
too.
like that. So, like, when the mother was like, "Oh, your father's not a hero; he's a villain," and all this other kind of stuff. And then she, so when Rami Malek comes in with the mask and everything, and she shoots him, that was like a shock. But then I'm like, oh, because she's Bond's daughter. Right? I'm thinking, yeah, this is all cool, and then she's pulling him out onto the ice and everything, and then it was kind of like, strong girl, and then he wakes up. That's the horror movie part, right? And stuff, and but now when he's shooting through the ice, I thought he was shooting at her, because they cut away, didn't they? But then now it's like sometime later.
It was a bit obscure when he's shooting through the ice, because I thought the same thing. I was like, is he shooting at her, or is he like shooting the ice? Because like, I'm not being funny, it looks like he's shooting right at her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
and the bullets all flying around her and stuff like that.
Miraculously, he's just
yeah. So this movie has a lot of time. This movie has a lot of time jumps to kind of get us up into the present day and everything like that. So I mean, like, but then so that happens. So now Bond is with some girl, and she is definitely younger than him.
Yeah, I think she
is
probably
seriously younger than him.
His daughter, which is
she is young enough to be his daughter.
When it got to that scene, I thought, this has just turned weird because of what I was already thinking.
Well, because of the trailer. It's like, yeah, James, she has a secret you don't want to know. She's got a big secret.
She's your daughter.
Yeah. I'm having sex with my daughter. I'm like sitting there the whole time going, oh, man, please, what is this? What's going on?
I'm so happy that they didn't do that.
No, I'm not saying that I wish they did it. It's just it led that way, though. Thank you, Blake, for agreeing. Yeah. It led that way. And it's not just me.
For someone who doesn't know, because until we say later on, what did we say, that she's daughter of
Mr. White? Yeah. They didn't really say that. They didn't really say that until really late.
They'd actually specifically say who.
Yeah.
I'm still a little bit confused.
Exactly. So I have every right to be confused. So I mean, like, so then. We get our chase scene with so who wants to take Italy? Because the bomb was when that grave blew up.
It was ruthless. I loved like the way they set it up, and it's like, get over Vesper, and I'll tell you all my shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, all right then. You know what I mean? So he goes and like sees a grave and genuinely tries to put it behind him.
Yeah.
Quite literally blows back in his face, doesn't it?
Literally blows up in his face. I mean, he's not that scarred, but I love the sound.
Yeah, the sound design was amazing
in that sequence.
It's just like, because it's like how sort of like off guard he is and like relaxed he is, and he's just got blown up basically. You know what I mean? It's just like
blown up.
It stays for a while, doesn't it? As well, like the audio.
They leave an old sound in the background
like
for ages.
They low pass filter everything or high pass filter everything. I don't know which one it is. I can't remember.
So then
he's a musician, by the way.
Yeah, well, Matt knows.
I'm just sometimes my brain don't do so good.
I was thinking to myself, and he's making a phone call now. How's this gonna work?
I was like, well, good decent phones, them.
So what I can't stand is so common now. Ever since Ronan, I think, with what's the guy name? Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot now. Anyway, ever since that, where they started to do these bike chases, it's always a bike chase, and Mission Impossible, Robert De Niro and Ronan, that's what I meant. Ever since that, you always got these bikes with like these, I wouldn't say headless helmets, but faceless helmets.
Yeah, I get you.
So so he's being chased by by these guys, but then he's on a bridge, and that's the scene in the trailer. How did he know that rope was going to be enough? He just grabs the rope. I've never been on this bridge. I'm just going to grab that rope, jump off, and swing on down.
That's the bit that he did his ankle in, didn't he?
No,
yeah.
Oh, was it not? No.
It was literally him just walking down the platform.
You are messing. I thought that was the bit that he did his ankle in.
But the thing about it is, we see him walking down the platform with them big ass.
Oh my god!
I think that exact scene was it.
Yeah.
He just rolled his ankle.
Yeah. Well, you expected Tom Cruise when he jumps off of that roof and then he cracks his foot.
How disappointing was that have been?
It was pretty disappointing. I heard that story in Graham Norton. Anyway, so like the whole point is he's got this car chase, but he manages to get back to the hotel, get his wife. Now, we don't know if she's, working with these guys or not. He grabs her, gets into his Aston Martin or DB, whatever they call it. DB5. And
best car ever.
Now, the thing about it is that, these guys are all chasing him and shit like that. And we kind of like forget, this car is going to be bulletproof. What I mean?
Before we get onto that bit on the bridge where like he like gets clipped and turns around, the car's just going full pelt at him and he's got like a half a foot size rock to hide behind. That's quick thinking.
I love that though. That was mad cool because how is he going to get out of that? And then he's like he goes with those outcroppings kind of thing, and it just flips right over it. Oh, that was good though. That was good because they could.
The action's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. No, that is ruthless. Good call on that. Good call on that. So like he got her in the car and he doesn't trust her. She's like, "What? I didn't do anything. And stuff like that."
Best thing about that whole scene, right? When they go and get in the car. He opens the door for her. Even though they're in a mad rush and that, he still opens the door for her and lets her get in and then goes around and gets in the car.
He's British.
Because he's a gentleman. Doesn't matter what the crisis is, he's still a gentleman.
Exactly.
Love that.
Exactly. Yes. So like, so he
and then she goes, I have something to tell you. And he goes, I bet you do.
I bet you do. Now, wait. Hold on. We know the ending. This is spoilers, right? I didn't know.
Me neither.
So I was going to say, you didn't know? Did you know?
About what?
What her secret was? At that moment in time, because I'm still on the fact that dude, she's your daughter.
Yeah, I thought it was like I thought it was like she needed to tell him something about Spectre.
Yeah,
that was where I was going with it. Not like I have your child.
Oh my God,
child. I mean,
what was that at the point then?
No, that was because what happened
she would have already had the kid at that point.
5 years.
No. She didn't have the child. She was pregnant.
Oh,
this is 5 years later, so she was pregnant. So she wanted to tell him that, but then he was too angry.
I'm a little 00 baby.
So when he finally gets her to the train station and puts her onto the train, supposedly they're saying that like if you zoom in, she actually touches her stomach. And stuff like that, because I've watched these reviews after it and stuff like that. But either way, I think it was great that, like, it wasn't one of those things that, how some of these things are so obvious. We watch movies so many fucking times. Yeah. And, it's like, dude, she got your kid, man. Why don't you listen to her for a second? Because I just like to turn my brain off. I like to watch a movie and just let it flow with me and stuff. That's what I mean, but we could do spoilers because it's already been spoiled by now and stuff like that.
I mean, all the spoiler clips are on YouTube anyway. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
Spoiler warning, everyone.
But now the worst thing about it is when she was a kid, right? And then we go years later to now. She's got to be like in her like 20s or something like that. That's what I'm trying to say. He's still dating a really young woman and stuff like that. But then we go 5 years later. So this in the opening before the credits, we got like 2 time jumps. Yeah. And so now we got Billie Eilish. What you think of that song there, Matt? Being our music man.
See, I'm really torn on it, to be honest. Like, because I actually quite like Billie Eilish.
I love Billie Eilish.
Not gonna lie. I think like what she does is boss. To be fair, I don't know if she was the right person to sing the song.
Who was the song by?
I'm not.
It was her and the brother saying.
Well, I was going to say, was it definitely? Was it Phineas that actually?
Phineas, yeah, he
produced that song. Still?
Yeah, he's credited.
Oh, right, okay, that makes it better because I felt like it wasn't like the usual style they go for because it was more Bond-esque.
It's got to be on it.
Yeah. But I was thinking, is it them? Like, is it both of them?
No, but see, I think what they're given, I think what they're given is they're given the title. All the singers are given the title. Like, how do I make a song out of GoldenEye? You know what I mean? They're given the title, so it's kind of like, but they work, well together, and this is what they did. And I mean, I didn't really think it was that bad, but I think what was missing was when you look at the opening credits did anybody see any like supposed naked female silhouettes?
Not really, no.
Do you know what I mean?
It was a very.
This is the first Bond movie without any naked female silhouettes.
It's more of a creepy kind of feel, was it? With the touching the glass and then behind the glass kind of feel. It's like Mr. Glass. So instead of silhouettes, it was more like behind glass, wasn't it?
But it still wasn't women though.
I think there was women, but I don't think they showed them as
way less sexualized.
Yeah. This is what I'm trying to say is we're moved into this whole scenario, which we'll probably try to avoid a little bit. But we moved. I feel that this was the first. No, I bring it up because hold on. I bring it up because this is the first. This is the first time I didn't really notice these female silhouettes. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, moving on. So now we're in the I guess the supposed present day, which is kind of funny. Because this movie should have came out in like about 2018, whatever.
It was 2019, the original slate.
Yeah. So either way, we're in the present. So who wants to pick us up from here now?
Bond's gone back to where? Oh no, he has.
Bond is on vacation.
Yeah, he's retired.
But don't we get introduced to the scientist and Phoebe Waller-Bridge, whatever her name is, her dialogue in the science lab. Don't we go to the science lab, Andrew?
Oh, I see.
He was talking about, but
no,
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
No. She's not in it. We just said that we thought her dialogue that felt like it might have been her dialogue.
For anyone who doesn't know, Phoebe Waller-Bridge was brought on last minute to do a bit of script doctor work, and there are a few scenes that I do think were definitely her, and one of them is the lab scene because it just felt very different to everything that had come before and since because it's very comedic.
Yeah. It was a comedic attempt.
And Hugh Dennis is in it for some
reason.
reason.
Hugh Dennis is in it. That's his name. I was trying to think of his name. So I was like, it's the dude from like Mock the Week and then all those other shows. And I was like,
that's what he's. I was trying to picture you.
Oh man,
I was trying to picture who he was.
God damn it, Andrew, that's been killing me for like 2 days, bro.
Oh man,
Hugh Dennis, man.
That's it.
So anyway,
I love there's so many one-liners and the tone of like the comical like breakup for all the really heavy story that's going on.
It feels like a good sort of mixture of the two different eras. Like it sort of feels like the Bonds that we sort of know from like the Roger Moore and everything. I don't know why somebody's phones keeps going off.
Someone's busy.
No, just kill it.
Someone's popular.
Going for the entire time.
I'm on silent.
So yeah. Anyway, sorry about the phone interrupt.
His phone's now dead. For anyone who didn't hear the big thump, it's broke.
Anyway. So in the science lab, and everything, these guys are working on some virus or whatever that attacks the DNA.
Bit close to home, don't you think?
Well, listen, I think, we've been doing viral outbreaks for ages. They stopped doing them because of the pandemic. And then now that we're coming out of it, it's like, yeah, maybe we can still do this and stuff like that. So
considering it's like, it kind of fucked the real world a little bit. It's probably not that. It's probably why it's used so much because it's actually quite a dangerous like plot piece, isn't it?
Yeah,
because it's dangerous because it works.
Funny how when they brought it up because everyone beforehand kept saying like this is the movie that's going to save cinema and all sorts. Like that. And they kept saying that it's a very timely movie as well. And then seeing that, it was only like, that wouldn't be what they mean, but it by chance.
Yeah.
Would you like to see who's trying to get in touch with you so desperately?
Turn off the phone is what I was trying to say. Maybe just turn it off.
Put it on mute. Would you like to share with the class who it is?
All right. Student something.
No time for that.
No time for the
No time to no,
anyway.
No time to say hi.
No time to say hi.
Oh, well, this is going to have to be edited. So.
Nah.
Yes. Love that.
Okay. So back into the real world of the fantasy world. So the guys, don't they kidnap the scientist because they send him a message. Our mystery villain, Savin, played by Rami Malek, contacts the scientist. You know, like you do this, do that.
Yeah,
and
swallow the chip.
Swallow the chip, and then somebody's gonna come and everything. We won't kill you, and stuff like that. So nice little plan and everything. So this is how the bad guys get this DNA virus. Let's just call it the DNA virus and everything. So so this is what's gonna have to lead our new 007 onto the case, right? But what also happens is that Felix, our good man Felix Leiter, played by Watcher guy Jeffrey Wright, is like, hey, he contacts James because he's like, hey, listen, man, you're no longer with MI6. I'm with CIA. You can kind of like do something for us. Yeah, exactly. It's like, dude, we don't play well with others. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? And stuff. But, I mean, because, what it is he goes home first because we see him fishing and stuff like that. Probably slipped on some wetness. But then, like, he sees... Now, I didn't get it at that time, but he sees a cigar in his house. And then he knows who it belongs to. I didn't know that Felix smoked that type of cigar.
At first, when he gets out the water, he sees like the end of a cigar, like not the cigar, but like the ash on the end.
Yeah.
And then that makes him think, something's going on. So that's what makes him get out and go inside with his gun ready. Like what's going on?
Exactly. So, hey, if we got to meet, let's meet in this strip joint. That's me. I could dig it, right? And everything.
Unfortunately, that's true.
Yeah, I know.
Gotta go somewhere quiet.
Yeah, somewhere quiet and stuff. But he's got this goofy American guy with him and stuff. Like, did anybody suspect this guy right off the bat?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't really. But
smiles more than I do. He smiles more than I do. He
smiles too much.
Yeah, he smiles too much.
I feel like I'm a relatively smiley dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
exactly.
That dude smiles too much.
Now,
I think it was weird with regards to like Spectre as an organisation because I never found them very threatening in Spectre at all. There's always a lot of comparisons to like the Mission Impossible franchise.
Yeah,
I think what they did with Rogue Nation was what they should have done with Spectre. It's the exact same story as well.
Yeah, that's true.
it's a very good
We could take out all your agents.
Spectre felt more like an actual threat in this one because they could show up anywhere.
Yeah.
Until what happens to them. Yeah, but yeah.
This is also the thing about this movie. There's a lot of like plot points that try to get tied up.
Yeah.
And like, because it's the concluding chapter for Daniel Craig's Bond, but like, they also try and like tell this standalone story in it as well. So for me, it just felt like really not busy, but like there's a lot to juggle.
But
definitely earns the runtime.
Yeah,
I definitely making me want to go back and watch the whole series again now because I think I'll understand. I think everyone will probably understand a lot more and be like, "Oh,
definitely."
That's
yeah. But here's where we hit our first woke block.
Woke block.
So here we go.
So like Bond passes this chick in the bar, right? She gives him eye, he gives her eye, whatever, blah blah blah, and everything, and then he goes outside and conveniently his car won't start.
What a nightmare! A Jeep, the most reliable vehicle in the history of mankind.
Like, you want to ride? Why, sure. Takes him back to his house, goes in. Let's go to the bedroom. Whoa. Sure.
Did anyone notice how, like, they basically just draw on the fact that Bond's an alcoholic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's him and M. Both of them are very much alcoholics. But I thought what was interesting about this bedroom scene was if it was Bond as Bond taking some woman to his chateau or whatever and something like that, they'd be sleeping right about now, right? But what she does is she takes off a wig and goes, "Yeah, so look, I'm in my six, and get out of my way." Right? She's not. You know what I mean? I don't need to seduce you. Nothing. You know what I mean? But and she wasn't even seductive.
I'm just happy they gave Daniel Craig more one-liners because his delivery's absolutely spot on.
Now that was probably Phoebe, wasn't it? That was probably Phoebe Waterbuck, whatever her name is. But yeah, I know it is. So the point is, because she tells him don't F with me, that's when he goes, Felix, let's go.
I'm in.
You're forgetting the best part of that.
Why did she do that? Why did she do that?
This way.
No, but I know it's for plot convenience. Right?
00 who dis?
Yeah, I'm a 00. What? Okay. Why did she do that? It's for plot convenience, definitely, but it didn't make no sense. It made no sense for her to like get him by himself.
I don't know,
just to tell him to not.
I don't know, because he's a legend, isn't he?
No, but she doesn't. She doesn't believe in this legend. I mean, in the beginning. Well, I know. She knows it's true. I know she doesn't. She's just jealous.
I feel like she feels super threatened by him.
Oh, she was very threatened. He
kind of feels threatened by her. The more as it goes on. But like, if I was the new 007, first of all, I'd be sweating. Second of all, I'd be like, I'm gonna go speak to the old 007 and go, please don't get him away. And secondly, any tips? Any tips? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd be up to.
Oh man, so defo. But she didn't do that. So
she did it with way more sass.
Yeah. So he decides to join the American CIA guys, and they get blown up in a boat. I'm jumping. You know what I mean? But I mean, it was first of all, it was a great scene.
Yeah, it was a pretty good scene.
But the betrayal and the shooting of Felix Leiter. Now I was saying off camera that help me out in the chat, because I know you guys don't go in the chat. But for those who are fans of James Bond, I was trying to say that in all the 25 years of James Bond, Felix Leiter had died twice. Before this series. The character Felix Leiter has been around since Sean Connery, Roger Moore. And I know definitely he died in Octopussy and everything like that. But
so he died in Octopussy?
Yeah.
And then what else? Like from Russia with Love?
Probably, and stuff like that, because the name has been around for so long, and it's always been like my friend, Felix. Like Felix will always show up. I think he was like an Agent 13 type of guy. I think that was what his designation number was. Right. But he would always show up, but then there would always something happen to him. And if he didn't die, he would always get hurt. You know what I mean?
So is he like the 007, James Bond, like Uncle Ben?
Yeah, he's like, no. He's like the spy that James knows, and we don't know any other spies, right? In MI6 and everything, but we know Felix.
Felix is CIA, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, he's always been that CIA contact that will be on a mission that will, be in danger or some kind.
Yeah, that's very true.
But I could have sworn he died in Octopussy. But if I'm wrong, I usually am. Just let us know in the chat. It's all good. So anyway,
to Google.
Yeah. So anyway, but loving scene for his death scene. What do you think?
I thought it was like
looked like they're about to kiss.
You know what? Jackson said the same thing. My son, who I went to the movie with, he said, that looked pretty, I don't want to say it. They looked like they were going to, I'm like, no, they didn't.
Is this going to take a test? Is this where the wokeness starts coming in?
Yeah, well, I had to explain to him about the homoerotic buddy cop movie, Nah, man, that's my partner. That's my blood. I love you, man. They're not going to kiss. Like, that just happens to be a thing.
I thought it was really, good. I feel like Bond showing humanity is always hard to do, but I feel like Daniel Craig's the one who's
well, what was messed up was that's how Vesper died.
Yeah,
was underwater. So when he was struggling to get out and everything, I think he had a flashback or something. Did he have a flashback then of Vesper, or was it earlier? But Vesper did die. Well, okay, then Vesper did die underwater. So it is fucked up.
Yeah, it is heavy.
I
remember seeing that in the trailer, and I thought, is this going to be how he goes?
Oh yeah, is this going to be the final scene? No, a little bit early for that one, Andrew. So anyway, now Bond is pissed, and he heads back to M and everything. And this was a funny ass scene, because 007 has to be like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And something like that. And then I love it when she follows him to M's office and he's like, no, not you.
Yeah.
Which must be annoying, wasn't it? Or something like that, doesn't she say?
Yeah, exactly. Oh man,
I love it when he leaves and they do like the call back here to throwing his hat on the hat rack, and he just throws his pass in the bin.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just sick. Love that.
Oh man,
subtle but effective.
But then, like so here, but that was another big disrespect of her, because she's been 007 for at least 4 to 5 years. And M, who seemed like he hated Bond, but he respects him and he knows he's the man for the job. So it's like,
he's also been doing a bit of a naughty behind the scenes as well.
Yeah, what you talking about, like with the blood stuff and everything? Yeah, and stuff like that. But he knows he's gonna get the job done.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, you guys gonna have to work together. you're gonna have to work together and something like that. You'll be 00 what?
The amount of time she said 00 what?
00 what?
It was
signed a 00 license.
I don't know.
Which one?
Which one? So, do you think they have 003s and 004s and 9s?
Yeah, 006 and Goldeneye.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Sean Bean.
Yeah, same thing.
Guess what happens to him?
He gets killed.
He dies.
As usual. And stuff like that.
God rest Sean Bean.
It was at this moment that I knew that she wasn't going to be like a big character because of how they introduced her with bitchiness. I'm just going to say it.
Go ahead, say it, man.
Because of just how like sassy, and they're not building up to be a likable character at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so she's definitely not going to be like carrying on as 007. It was pretty obvious at this point. I mean, from the first scene, it was already like setting that up, and then this scene on top, I'm like, yeah, there's no way she's carrying on.
But she also had no specialness, though, did she? She had no specialness either. So it was just that kind of thing. It's like,
she was a good soldier.
Well, yeah, a good soldier, but I meant like that specialness. I mean, like Bond has that swagger. He doesn't pay attention. Like he ignores all the tools that are given to him because he's like, I know what that does. You know what I mean? Then he plays around with the tools as well, like with the cars and everything. So I mean, his specialness. He's a master of weapons. Yeah. But either way you look at it is that so they're forced to like what are they forced to do from here is
we missed a bit. The jumpy bits like
I tried to jump because Blake said don't do the whole film.
Some of the best bit of the film, which is the whole Paloma scene.
No, that didn't happen yet.
It has.
Has it?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying about all the different plot bits. Chase, it's a lot to keep.
Sorry,
it's a lot to keep.
Sorry, guys.
Track of it.
I thought once they went off together, now they were going to go do the Paloma scene. But go ahead. All right. Well, we got to do Paloma because Ana de Armas. We all know how gorgeous she is. She is exactly a Bond girl and everything. And I swear to God, this scene with her, reason why I probably flipped over it is because it really doesn't connect to the movie. It just kind of is there because they got to go get the scientists and everything. Yeah. They got to go to a place, and Felix tells her agent. To go with go for this girl because yes, I get it now. Felix tells her Bond to go get this girl, so he gets this girl and
3 weeks training.
3 weeks training.
In a silk dress.
I'm really nervous.
Taking down henchmen for fun. Like it's a Saturday out at the park.
A plunging silk dress, and then she tried to undress Bond. He's like, hey. She's like, no, I'm just trying to give you a suit.
She's like, so should we get to know each other a bit first? And she's like, no, it's put your clothes on, you muppet.
And then as they walk out, he's got the fucking tux and everything. She's got the long plunging dress. He's like, hey, let's stop off for a drink and everything. Get to know each other.
Alcoholic,
exactly, and everything. And then because he had to say the line, shaken not stirred, and stuff. And then they go in, into the Spectre ball where they got this eyeball going around the table. Blofeld's eye.
Like a platter.
Now you know what? It's kind of like the way they shot Christoph. You don't really notice that he doesn't have one eye until they do like these like weird close-ups on him and shit like that. But it's and then his guy who has the one eye too that that he could see out of. I was just like, whoa! If you're gonna work for me, let me take your eye first. Yeah. Then I'm gonna put a bionic eye in your eye, so I can see through your eye. So listen, every time you go to the bathroom, don't look down.
know, I kind of.
Have that or just close your left eye.
Yeah, man. Don't look down.
Any funny business, close your left eye.
Yeah, man. None of that funny business. I don't need to see it. I'm in the cell by myself, okay?
Well, I want to know. It was never really showing. How was he communicating out of jail? Like they said, they were like searches thing. So his eye's still connected to it, which is how. So that's why they were like
He's
scan
an electronic genius, ain't he? I mean, we saw that in Quantum anyway. He's an electronic genius, though. We saw that in Quantum, I think. So he probably had all kind of communication devices as well.
In his head, probably. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't know he could communicate outside.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, like he has a hole in his eye, but maybe it's not really a hole in his eye. Maybe it's something else. Who knows? But either way, is that like so? The scientist, you know, gives the guy the viral thing that's supposed to probably take out Bond, but then he switches it. So at first I didn't know what he was
A
doing.
lot of these films like pen drives now, don't they? It's always
Yeah,
a
but
pen
I didn't know.
drive.
I mean, you know,
USB.
did anybody else know what he was doing when he switched it? I didn't get what he was doing because I didn't understand what the plot was.
Yeah, that's why when you were saying this part wasn't really important to the plot, it was actually a major plot line because it was at this point we learned that it was because it was linked to DNA. Yeah. Because without this scene, we wouldn't have known it was a DNA virus.
True. That's true. You're right.
Because when he swaps it, it's meant to be because originally the guy, when he's doing the deal with him, it's obviously got 007's DNA on it. Yeah. So when he switches it with all of Spectre's DNA.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know.
Exactly. And so Bond is in the middle of the spotlight. You know, all the Spectres around him and shit. You know, and it's a party for Blofeld.
There's no way out of that.
Exactly. He's like, well, what am I going to do? I can't go.
He's literally just stood there like, I'm getting it. Do you know what I mean? Like, this
because it's not even through the air; it's through your skin, probably. Yeah. But either way, it was just that was really good surprise moment. To everybody just like drops.
Yeah, and he's like, "Don't worry, it won't affect all you guys." While they're all like melting.
Melting. Yeah, exactly. But then there's some survivors. I don't know how for Paloma to fight.
It's henchmen, isn't it?
Yeah, well, henchmen. Yeah, you henchmen don't mean shit.
Yeah. Who cares?
But this girl was doing high kicks in a dress.
They have like first things.
That dress didn't even have a split. That dress didn't even have a split. I
mean,
like, yo.
Yeah, like she
Did she have high heels? Please tell me she didn't have high heels.
She kicks ass in heels, man. Like
that.
Or did she take them off at some point?
She's like, it's powerful though. It's not like she's just like giving like a little judo chop and a little like girly slap. She full on drop kicks people and that. And
she did drop kick, and then if you drop kick me in stilettos, I think I would feel that.
Bond's racing around in a suit all day. So
yeah, innit?
I suppose.
Like
it's the same stuff.
That's what I kind of like.
Just trying to balance everything out, aren't they? Like, so it's not just all like one gender.
No, I get it. But see, while she's fighting like three people, Bond is kind of stuck fighting one, but 007, our lady 007 is up there in the crow's nest.
Yep.
What is she doing? Oh, I got you, scientist guy.
Did she actually do?
She got the scientist guy.
She drops in like Batman takes him. And
yeah, that was it. And then she.
That was kind of cool though. Yeah, that was kind of cool though. That was.
She gets the mission done.
She's like, I got him, ha ha.
New 007 getting the job done.
Yeah. That was a cool action sequence one. And but now she's stuck on the scaffolding with him, and they're still doing all the fighting and stuff like that. And then the guy goes, "Yeah, no, he didn't do the DNA thing about that at that point. No, because Paloma crashed into the scaffolding to get the scientist to drop down.
Yeah,
come on, man, how special is she? How special is she in this one scene?
She gets 5 minutes of fame, and she's gone forever.
And then she. Anyway, so now our female 007 loses the target, right, and everything, and Paloma goes, "See ya."
That's that, isn't it? Like
she literally says, "See ya," and closes the door.
Yeah, leaves you wanting more.
Unless she's the new 007.
Ooh, yeah, that would be nice and stuff.
I don't think
that's not gonna happen.
No.
It's not gonna happen. So anyway, then what happens there from there? Isn't that
all the stuff that you mentioned before?
Everything that you already mentioned. So
okay,
cool. We're back up to date.
Everything I already mentioned before. So now Bond wants to go see Blofeld.
Yes.
Right? I'm at the point. Great. So, but they say, hey, he can only talk to one person, and it's somebody you might know.
Yeah. And orky vibes.
And he's like, I don't care. I haven't seen her in 5 years. I don't care. He walks up to her and goes, hello, -1.
I will keep my composure or whatever he says. Keep it under control. He just sees her and just goes,
now, wait a minute. How did Rami Malek, who disappears like halfway through this movie and then disappears again, how did he show up in the big facility that MI6 supposed to run to give her the device to put it on her?
Because he was posing as a patient. Yeah. So because she's a psychologist.
Yeah.
So he obviously got into jail or got in prison somehow.
Somehow.
Somehow. Obviously, we don't. Yeah. It doesn't really matter. You know,
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, he's a patient of hers.
Yeah.
He's his nefarious skills.
His nefarious skills. Love it. I love it. This guy
plays the psycho well. So
he just disappears, comes back. He's like the shadow and stuff like that. So he gives her, like this perfume to put on her hands. Now that was very clever as well because like she's got this this poison on her, and she's with James. And he tries to shake her hand. She doesn't shake it. And he just thinks, oh, she's just angry at me. Okay, cool. Yeah. They go in, and then she's like freaking out. Do you think she planned that freak out? Or
no, it doesn't.
She just was freaking out. But he just couldn't help but grab her.
Yeah,
and everything like that and stuff like that. We forgot about this whole DNA virus. I think at this point because when now it's him versus Blofeld and shit like that, and he. What's his plan?
Well, when Bond grabs it, it's like
he naturally. I know. That's what I mean. He naturally grabs her.
Yeah.
So we're not even thinking that. Oh, now he's just like poisoned himself, put the stuff on him and whatever.
Yeah. But I knew that was coming. It was quite predictable.
Yeah.
We knew we had to have a James Jump moment in this show. Just because James Jump is not here, we had to have a James Jump moment where somebody goes, "I knew that."
Nah,
I think I'm
with you on that.
Yeah, because the DNA thing had just been showing off, like in that scene we just discussed, like quite heavily, and then we're going into this. Yeah, it's set up massively that it's a DNA virus, but I was still trying to figure out whose daughter she was because I forgot about. So obviously we knew it wasn't 007's.
Yeah,
so I wasn't sure if she was like Blofeld's daughter because I was thinking, well, wouldn't it have killed her then if that was the case?
This is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to say. But isn't Blofeld his half brother? So
technically
adopted.
She would have her DNA then, wouldn't she?
No. I mean, when he gets the DNA, he should have been affected by it too.
He's adopted.
He's adopted.
Third time I've said it.
What?
Okay.
Third time I've said it. He's adopted.
Oh, sorry.
Fair enough.
Not blood related.
Adopted half
That
brother.
explains why she didn't die.
Or Bond didn't die.
Yeah.
So I love it how he's like, she's got a secret, James. She's got a secret. So he knows. So he's really just saying she's pregnant, James, or she has your kid, James.
Are we sure this is the secret?
Yeah.
Well, it has to be because we thought it was that she's your daughter, James. Wouldn't that be great? James, she's your daughter.
I'm pretty sure that's the secret.
That's the secret.
Are you sure it's not just because we don't know who her father? Well, I mean, I know James doesn't know who her actual father is and doesn't know her ties to the organisation, which is what I presume was the secret.
Yeah, but no, I think he knows it's 5 years.
Which is why it's such like a good plot twist for me. It was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's 5 years. He knows that that's her daughter. Yeah. But then the thing about it is that it doesn't mean nothing. If that's his daughter, it should be a happy moment, right? He doesn't know that all this stuff is going to happen. So it was a build-up, and it was a build-up for a trailer, it was a build-up for a story, but it didn't go anywhere to me because now that Blofeld's dead, because when he's, trying to strangle him, and then, he dies, it's like, oh man, you killed me by my own disease or
when he says she didn't betray you.
Yeah.
And then he's like, die.
Yeah. But then maybe that's what his thing was. It's like, see, she didn't betray you. So you cost yourself 5 years of your daughter.
Yeah, that's the whole play, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So you've cost yourself 5 years of a happy life with her, let alone because he doesn't have a clue about the daughter, does he? He has no clue at this point. It's still like, is she working for Spectre?
Yeah.
Did she betray him? And turns out she never.
And he knows. Yeah. So then he's like,
it was all me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, okay, now you're gonna die, fool.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. No, I was like, I love that, man. It was really
man. Good. Yo, Youngblood, great. That's a great moment. And stuff like that. So now that he's killed Blofeld, then they're like, hey, he's like, I don't know how I did it. What are you talking about? He's not going to go to jail for it.
Slipped I slipped and he was dead.
Yeah, man. All they did was choke him. You saw me just choke him, but then I had the virus on me. Hey, I didn't know
I'm
that.
guessing they tested quick. They would have known it was the virus, which is why he didn't get arrested.
Yeah, he's got all he's got all ouchy on his face, hasn't he? So
Yeah.
All
And so-
virus nasty on his face.
All virus nasty on his face. So now that Madeline disappears, only James knows where she is.
Yes. Oh, because he goes, where are you going to go? And she goes, home.
Yeah.
Only he would know that.
Yeah, exactly. I know where you used to live and stuff. I'm a stalker. So anyway, he follows her home. He follows her home.
I make it creepy or not, Chase?
What? I don't.
Master
Not
of the
me. I'm talking about bunk. All right. Anyway, he follows her
I've
home.
got my bunk button.
Yeah, and she's there and everything like that. And it's like they have a moment and everything. And then the little girl is upstairs. That girl was really
big.
With-
That wasn't that head. He went right to her.
With really blue eyes, just like James Bond's.
Yeah.
Suspicious much.
No, James, it's not yours because I had slept with somebody else and the time
She's
that
about
we were away for 5 years. Yeah, no, it wasn't. No, it
It's
wasn't
a
you.
question of everyone's mind at that point, and she's just like, no.
Let me
not
tell you
yours.
something, man. I heard this story before.
It's crazy though. It's like because he doesn't even ask her, and she goes, "It's not yours."
Yeah, no, I know
That's-
exactly.
It's just the
No,
way he was
but
looking at
that
it.
Brutal,
Yeah, but-
that, you know what I mean?
No, this was such a great scene. I love scenes like this that have no dialogue. This was such a great scene where he makes her like, what is it, like an egg or something like that?
like slices up an apple for
Yeah,
her.
yeah. It's just something so simple and everything like that. And I just love that. That was just great. And he only did that because you're mine. I could tell. You know
Like
what I mean?
he knew straight away.
Yeah,
He knew
yeah.
straight
yeah.
away. He was like, "Oh shit, that's my kid." That.
I think you just get that feeling, man.
Yeah.
You just get that feeling and stuff.
I
Now,
loved
you
how-
say I missed something?
No, it was me. It said you just jumped a bit of the film. So it was like the aftermath of the scene in the
Blofeld's
prison and
death.
stuff, but it doesn't really matter. Just continue.
Are you talking about when they found out about all the
Yeah,
the
because
DNA?
that's the point where he finds out that he's not curable for the first time, which obviously sets up later on.
Yeah. So they didn't go. So they didn't go to Q's house yet.
I think he did afterwards, didn't he? Yeah, I think all that happens before he goes and sees her in her home.
Oh right.
That's what I mean. So you missed quite a
Sorry.
few plot points.
Moneypenny takes Bond to Q's house, and Q is making dinner for his boyfriend. We didn't know that Q had a boyfriend, but we do now.
We do know.
So hey, welcome
Could
to
have just
the
left
new
it.
welcome to the new world.
Could have left it sexless and just went my partner's going around.
Yeah,
But no.
they could
I
have.
thought it was because she was coming round and didn't know
I
he was
thought
going
it
to
was.
be. Yeah.
You know what? I thought that too. I
Oh,
thought
damn.
Moneypenny was like.
That's what I thought. Was.
No, seriously.
Wasn't expecting a +1 though.
Seriously, I thought Moneypenny when she said James.
Looks at the cameras like, oh fuck.
Yeah, exactly. I thought when Moneypenny was saying James come with me, I thought Moneypenny was originally supposed to be the guest and everything. She was bringing
Unless
James.
it was intended that way, and he just played it off as it was someone else later on, just to
I
not
don't
make it
think so.
awkward.
I feel like that was a. I do feel like that was a shoehorn to be like, here's another LBGT character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
probably.
Exactly.
Which is absolutely fine, and there's nothing wrong with it.
At least
Nothing
it didn't
wrong
end up
with it,
being
but I'm
Daniel
just
Craig
saying, we're just
007,
saying,
yeah.
yeah.
Do it in a tasteful way.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like to think about it is so now we know that this virus affects DNA and has most of the people on the MI6 list, the Spectre list, everybody else. So we know that's how we know it's all big and expansive and everything. And then James goes to the girl, finds out that he has a daughter and everything.
Which is like, oh my god, for the international
James,
woman,
out of all the women he had
woman
sex
every
with,
port, you know what I mean?
yeah, unless
Turns-
they just never told him.
Or maybe just like his sperm just decided to start working at one point.
Oh man, James Seymour? No way. But I think he's just never been told. Either way you look at it is that he's like yeah, man, so where's that American guy? Hey, he's on the island with you. No, he's not. I'm on an island with Madeline. No, but he's there too. What? and then when they're like, oh, we gotta get out of here and stuff. And then James is carrying this girl in his arms. Listen, I like to think I'm strong, but there's no way I can run with a kid for like more than a block.
Well, that was just like, I love when after he meets the kid and like up until the end of the movie, there's loads of different shots I really like. It's like he gives he gives Swan the gun
Yeah.
and picks up the kid.
Yeah.
It's like that's like more important.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
paternal, bro. Paternal. I mean, you know
Which
what I
is
mean?
like, even though he's like
He still
the
doesn't
best,
know yet,
the
either.
best dude ever at shooting people. Like he's like, here you go, lady, take this gun. I'm gonna pick up this kid and carry it. You know what I mean? Which is like it makes more sense for her to carry the kid and him to run point. Do you know what I mean?
But then
he doesn't.
But then also now that he's in the car, I love the fact that when he go down that the location was freaking fantastic.
So good, man.
When he goes down that bridge and the two cars passed him.
Yeah.
And then they're like, he's not in a bulletproof car.
Yeah.
Now remember the first car chase, he's in a bulletproof car with Madeline.
He's just like,
But now he's got his door in the back seat. And he's not in a bulletproof car. So when the two cars come back, he's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's so good.
And the way he just backed them cars and they just flew.
That's the way it would probably happen, though. You know what I mean? You'd be like slightly off time, going like you would cross paths on the road somewhere. And you'd be like, did they see us checking these orders? And you'd be like, oh, I hope not. And then you see them coming back and be like, shit. You know what I mean? That's like how it would happen.
Range Rover as well, doesn't it? It's like when you see suspicious Range Rover driving past you, you know, shit's about to go down.
Exactly, and stuff. But I mean, like, you know, so he baps the cars off the road and stuff like that.
Very slick driving scene, that, considering it's like an off road and he's in like a RAV4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like it's just like ranges surrounding him. That's like, it's so slick the way he uses like the terrain to like make all the cars tip and flip and good scene. Liked it a lot.
I want to talk about that road as well. That was a really weird road.
Yeah.
Like it went up to the point of like hell. Because you just wouldn't be able to see what's at the top of that hill. There's like,
Yeah.
The road to nowhere.
And I love it how he kept, you know, hey, I'm out of bullets, just pick up another gun, and everything. So now he's got to get through the woods and stuff, and he's got to like cover, because of course you got to get the bikers, and everything. You got all these clever plans and shit. But he realizes there's no way I can continue running with this kid in my arms. So I'll just hide you guys in this hole here. Yeah. All right.
In this conveniently old
shit. He doesn't
shed.
realize, I mean, maybe he should have realized, hey, there's a helicopter flying overhead.
Yes.
Oh, he just put him in that hole. Good. So that's what Savin goes, I'll land over here, get the bikes over there to distract him, and stuff like that. You know?
He like runs away, doesn't he, from like Swan and the kids, like it like draws them away.
I love that though, because he was like doing that. It's like, we don't believe you. We know you're late, you know, and stuff. But that's what happened with the chopper, because it's like he knows.
Dispatches the rest of the henchmen.
Excellently.
Like, it's so good, man. Like, because
he is a serious one-man army, boy. I mean, it's just like
a lot of the action in especially like in Craig's Bond movies is like really scrappy and erratic, and he's like he's just struggling, choking people out, or like really sort of being like a blunt object. You know what I mean? He's like, it's like England's bulldog. Do you know what I mean? And then
that's a good way of describing
it. In this like forest scene, he's just like dead cold, dead slow.
Yeah,
just like taking them out. Like one by just like biff, biff, biff. Not like no like urgency about it. Do you know what I mean? He's just in half the shots. He's just walking.
Yeah,
you know, he's not running or anything. Like, he's just walking. Like that last shot where he like walks through and then the car flips and then he like leaves it and he just lets it crush the guy.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh man,
I'm glad that they brought that back though.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
They did sort of like tone it down a little bit. I thought from like Quantum of Solace onwards.
Yeah,
so it was good to actually have him feel more like how he did back in Casino Royale.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like it's all effortless.
But I love it how, like, you know, so that smarmy American guy is like, yeah, what are you gonna do, bro? And then he just just drops the car on him. Yeah. Oh man.
Effortless.
But then he's walking on the road, and then here comes 007. I'm so cute when I do this and everything, and she was. But what did she do, bro? She just shows up to pick him up. She's his chauffeur, man. She's like Kato in the Green Hornet.
I mean, you can't one up James Bond though, can you?
No, you can't.
And
but
it is his swan song as well, so that's like.
I know, and he went out lovely. It's just the fact that she's supposed to be 007, and it's not a sidekick, a backup, a partner. You know, she should have been. You know, she should have done something in that fight.
True.
And she didn't. She just picked him up and then drove him somewhere.
It's because she was still on her way to the island.
Yeah. So hey, I give you a ride.
It took a while.
Yeah.
Maybe Aruba was late.
Yeah. It's like he knew she was coming. He's just walking.
So I'm expecting to be here at this time right now. I mean, he is in comms with them, so maybe he did know.
Maybe.
Maybe he did.
Maybe.
Hello, new 007.
Can I have a life,
Can
please?
you come get me, please?
Yeah. So now,
where are you? Look for all the
now-
dead henchmen.
so now, like his girl and his daughter is on the Dr. No type of island and everything with this madman who he finally comes back. I wonder if I was looking for the scene that he said that they had to take a day to actually, rewrite the scene and everything. And I'm wondering what scene it was. Like, I don't know if you watch Graham Norton or whatever. He was like on there talking about like the producers let us just take a day to work the scene out. And it would seem like it would be in this scene here. But anyway, he is he's got the girl and everything, and like they're just kind of it's very sinister, It's like I want her for myself.
And he like,
Not in a creepy way, but I want to raise you.
I
should have raised you, and I didn't. So now I want to raise your daughter and shit like that.
It's like makes the virus for them, and it's like,
if you
behave, you'll be fine, and stop being him, it's horrible.
Exactly. And then, but him and our 007, she gets into this fancy plane that is a boat and a submarine at the same time.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was cool. Do you know what that reminded me of? And like, I don't know, the whole like third act is the callback to like the early Bond films. And
I thought it was more like Thunderball or something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For a long time, like a lot of rumors about this movie, there's so much speculation around it.
Yeah. The promo's been terrible.
Yeah.
The biggest rumor with Safin
Yeah.
was that he was going to be Dr. No. By the end
that
of the
would have
film.
made sense
To the point where,
because
like,
it would have been it would have put us right at the end where they should have been with Daniel Craig and stuff like that.
Because especially when he's got like as a proper fight with him, he ends up snapping his arm at one point. I thought it was going to end up with the metal hands.
Like I like nearly like
and Andrew showed me a picture of Dr. No and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I could see it. You know what I mean? I could see like the high collar and all that, and his face was also kind of rough. Like when you have
islands.
When you have that like rough skin from like beards and stuff, that kind of rough and everything. But like a Robert Davi type of face. But either way you looked at it is the fact that they land in, and the object is to get the girl, the scientist, and get everybody out and everything. And again, he goes off to get the wife and the daughter, but even though our female 007 is shooting a lot of people.
Yes.
She's not really shooting. She's not really doing anything.
Help
me out, Andrew. Tell me what she's doing. She's not really doing anything action packed for a heroic role. She's not really doing anything.
With regards to her, I think Charlotte, I think she was good.
She is good. Trust me, she is good. She's very good, but they didn't give her anything to do.
She was watching hostages for most of the time. Like, jeez.
She was actually.
Yeah, she was dragging the scientist. She was dragging the scientist along and everything else like that until he has to say something racist for her to shoot him. You know what I mean? Sensitive. Much.
Like with like the marketing for the movie was pushing her as like one of the central characters.
Yeah.
And then when you actually watch the movie, she's not really in it that much.
She's just a support character in it.
Yeah. Supporting, just above a day player.
She's a Bond girl without being a Bond girl, basically.
Exactly, she was a Bond girl. Yeah, right. Yeah,
but then it's like with the whole spin of she's the new 007. It was just like it was just a code name anyway.
And then she
about
says,
the James Bond's also a moniker, but like I never thought that.
But then she says,
I read like the young
says to
Bonds
him, but then she said to him, you'll be 007 and everything like that. She didn't say I will be back to Naomi, whatever my name is. She just said you be 007. It's like as if she was passing back the torch.
Yeah.
And it's like he was like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. It's just a number, It's like because you can say that. You said that for you. That's good. I know I'm 007 though. You know what I mean?
She didn't actually say it to him though. She said
that's what I mean. She said it to him though. She said
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She says it back to is it
M?
M? She just says to M, "Can you reinstate him as like 007?" It
And
wasn't
M
even
said-
directly to him, and he was just like, "Yeah." And then she was just like,
Already did
the
it.
only thing she says to him is, "It's just a number, isn't it?"
Yeah.
And that
But
was
then
it.
Emma's probably saying, I already did it, so.
But
we
it's
already did it like
it's
hours ago.
Yeah.
What double O
Thanks for telling me that.
does she become if he's 007 again?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like,
007.
I don't know why there can't be two 007s,
Well,
but I
there's
mean,
got to be 001 to 009.
yeah.
Get
I think
complicated.
it does go beyond that. I'm sure there are
You reckon, yeah?
like 010 and
Like
13.
00
things like
Well, if
that.
that's the case,
Just-
then why
just
did they
doesn't
have to
sound like that, though.
give out the number again? Like, why did somebody have to become
0069.
069. I'll take that. And then,
That's what I mean, though, because it's like it's meant to be like the best of the best on License to Kill. If you've got like about 100 different people running around with licenses to kill, it's going to get a bit messy in it. That's why I think there can only be like 9 of them.
yeah, no,
And it's
exactly. I don't
00,
think there's
so,
like
like,
10s or 11s. Or
It was
anything
like
that.
single 010,
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
011.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I don't know.
So anyway, so once she killed the doctor and everything, she doesn't even get. I don't even think she gets Madeline and the daughter out because I mean, just skipping ahead, So the daughter walks away from Savin. He just like
Pretty
I think
much,
she
yeah.
bites him or something like that,
Yeah.
and then he's just like, oh, let her go.
If you don't want my protection, you can.
No. The thing about it is, it's kind of like I would have thought that he would have been like one of those guys like Pap, as she's just slowly walking back like a little teddy bear. Is it Pap?
I don't know. I mean, we've
You know,
kind of
they did it,
seen
you know, they
already that like he's got a thing for not killing kids when they're
Yeah, that's
in
true
trouble.
because he was a kid left.
he
Yeah.
shaves. He saves.
Saves her.
He saves Swan out the ice. There was so many S's in that sentence.
Yeah.
That was hard for me.
Which
That.
one?
I think no, but I think you're right. I think you're right. He wouldn't have killed her. But anyway, so she ends up with a mom, and then and they end up getting out, and then like James has got to close the blast doors.
You have to open
No,
the
for-
first doors.
Oh yeah, they were closed.
Oh no, he has to reopen them at this
Reopen
point because
them,
you
yeah.
skipped. Yeah,
It's like what they did with this movie is there's a really good one take sequence.
There's a
Which-
one take sequence.
Which I sort of knew was coming, but I didn't
no
realise
idea.
like whereabouts it was. So I was really happy with how they did that, and I loved how
very
they
good.
even snuck in the little gun barrel right at the end. Yeah,
What sequence is it, bro?
That,
What sequence is it, bro?
So it's like the stairwell sequence. So like where he's going up the staircase and he's like got like a couple of guns. It's all in one shot and it's absolutely stunning. To be fair, and like the henchmen come like he's going up floor by floor and there's a different guy and everything.
oh, was that just after the grenades?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I loved it when
I
they
can't
dropped the
believe I missed that.
grenade.
I'm normally a big-
I loved it when they dropped the
person
grenades
to one
down
shot.
and he had to throw one back up
Yeah,
and
and then
everything,
they
and then they
dropped
dropped
like
another
four,
three.
yeah. It's like,
Take
oh, shit.
6.
That was
So-
good. That was good. You
And
know
then
what? I
just
thought
after
those
that-
henchmen was pretty good.
He turns the corner and they do the
Yeah.
eyeball thing and the thing. Yeah.
He had to do the EMP pulse and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's just
Yeah,
after
that
that.
blew
It's
his
like-
brains.
But no, I thought those henchmen
Mad
was pretty.
opening.
Blew his
that-
mind. That was it.
And that was rare because like usually the guys are just falling crash dummies, aren't they? But those henchmen actually fought really well and stuff like that. He had to take them out. He had to work really hard to do that. But then so then the final fight scene with him and Savin. So Savin
Clips
shoots
him a couple of times, doesn't he?
Yeah. Now you're like, here it is.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, those pools of water, I thought they were poison too.
Me too.
Because I thought they set it up when the people were in the water and they had to wear the hazmat suits.
I was underneath that, wasn't it?
Okay.
No, but I think there was people in hazmats in that water as well earlier on.
Yeah, I
When-
thought so
when-
early
when
on
we
that
had
there
the
was
poison
something wrong with
garden
the water.
scene when him and the girl are walking through.
Yeah.
There's people in the water at that point.
Yes, right.
So I think the water was poison as well.
But it wasn't when he went in it. So
Yeah.
anyway, he dives in that water and stuff. So he's in that water.
Because it was only spoilers.
There's no spoilers. We're already in the spoiler
Okay,
mode.
I was just gonna say because obviously it's the vial that's got the poison, but it's not.
Yeah,
really the
yeah,
poison.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
her DNA, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but what it was it wasn't poison. It was poison for her. It was her poison. So because it had her thing. So once he put it onto James's skin, then he was like, if you touch them, they will die. So that was confusing, but that's what he
But
he
he
had
did
said.
say we both poppy of death or something like that. 'Cause
Yeah,
he did
yeah,
say
yeah.
we've both been infected.
Yeah. But then
breaks in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what happened was that like it was the point was that it wasn't that James was poisoned. It was that he had their DNA.
It's the fact that
on
he could
him,
never
so-
see them again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like then he just I love it how he
Life's
just
not worth living at that
shot
point.
backwards. You know, you're good to me and everything. And
Absolutely love the way he breaks his arm. That was so
The arm snap. He's just like, I'm gonna snap it.
brutal.
Just like,
In terms of Bond villains, where would you put Saf in?
dead low.
Yeah.
Dead low.
Because him as an actual threat, there's next to none. The only threat is what he can do. Like at the end of the day, he's just some psychopathic psycho.
Whoever wrote his evil plan.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
just a psycho with a plan of like mass genocide,
That's
which
really
we've heard of a lot lately. And it's just, he's got this vision that he thinks is, you know, a good thing for the world.
Yeah.
He's another
idea.
Thanos, basically.
Yeah.
as a villain, Freddie Mercury is not that good.
Yeah, you can't help thinking about that role as well. Can you?
Yeah, exactly.
I was
Typecast now.
Just
Oh, dear.
just like break out into fat bomb girls. You know what I mean?
So what do you what do you guys think sentimentality wise? What do you guys think about that final goodbye?
It's a little bit, and he goes, and it's to the new 007 when he goes, "This is Madeline and whatever her name is. They're my family."
Yeah.
And it was like, it's that, because it's like, he wouldn't have said that. He wouldn't have known that. Like, it's the first time he's literally saying it.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, oh my God, I've got family now. Like, it would just blow your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just like, these are my family. And then you're like, actually, like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, you could see, like, he just does it so well. Like, you'd see that, like, that's how he's, like, processing it.
Somebody else mentioned family earlier on in the film that obviously set that up, but I can't remember who it was who mentioned to him about family. I really can't remember who it was now, but there's definitely somebody. It might have, no, it's the one who died. What's his name?
Felix.
Yeah, Felix. Felix says something about his family.
Felix
doesn't
wanted
he?
to see his
so that's
family.
obviously setting up because he's got something to lose. He's got his family to lose,
Yeah.
and he's saying it to him who he hasn't got anyone to lose
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
But by the end of the film, that's all changed.
Yeah.
so that's
yeah.
obviously setting that up at that point, which is quite interesting.
No, exactly. But I mean, like, but I meant like, you know, like he's out on top of the tower, the cluster bombs are coming, and he's talking to Madeline, and I'm waiting for it. I'm just fucking waiting for it. Tell him. It's like, as a man, I need this confirmation. Do you know what I mean? I know it.
He
I
knew
feel
already.
it.
Yeah.
No, you need
But you
it
wanted
though.
the confirmation.
You need it, and I'm like, tell him. And I was on the edge of my seat, and then when she says she has your eyes, and he says, I know.
It's power, isn't it?
Dude, that was it for me, man.
But did you cry?
Of course I cried. I was crying buckets, man. My son's sitting right there. And I'm like, see, I hate crying in the pictures
This
because,
is like the proud daddy moment.
yeah, I hate crying in the pictures because, I mean, like, I always try to be like, somebody's watching me. You know, hey, look at that
I'm a
big
man.
old son.
I'm not crying. My
wiping
eyes
his
are
eye.
sweating.
I'm not, man.
I've got hay fever.
Not. But that's what I was doing. And then comes the bombs, the rain, and everything. And you're like, it's that trope moment of, hey, if we didn't see it, if we just saw the bombs hit, and we didn't see his
It's also
shot,
like the
then
bombs.
he could have survived.
The bombs were shown as like fireworks as well. If you notice the way they
Yeah, the
explode, the
clusters,
first
yeah.
lot clusters exploded in the sky
Yeah.
with that shot. It looked like fireworks, which is obviously
Yeah.
like a celebration of the end.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Very fair.
but when it hit and he's in the middle of it, you're just like,
It's so heavy.
Before
Fade to
the,
black.
before the movie came out, I think Blake is going to back me up on this. I basically predicted that this was going to happen from day one.
Yeah, he's
seems
not
like
being a James Jump. He's true.
What do you mean?
I feel like that's a very Andrew thing to do. To
yeah, like, man. I mean, you know, what did you predict that he was going to die?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I was hoping not. Like, obviously, during the film, I was hoping that, oh no, there's a chance that you could just have an easy retirement here. You know, that was kind of set up as well as as to throw you off. But then it's like, no, he's dead.
I mean, look, No Time to Die, right? You had Live and Let Die. So it's not like Die Another Day. It's not like they always have Die in the title. True. So it wasn't like suspected. I mean, of all the 2 years I'm waiting for this movie to come out, I wasn't thinking, yeah, he's gonna die in this movie.
Yeah, I did not think I did not think he was going to die either. To be honest,
You know what I mean? But
that's why I was very kind of shocked when he
yeah,
did, because it's like, oh, okay, like it isn't just one Bond,
Yeah.
and like they are different Bonds and
Yeah.
things like that. Or
But-
allegedly,
Allegedly.
like I know it's all meant to be one person. And that,
Yeah.
Which just confuses it when you jump to the end credit scenes, which I didn't stay and watch, but I googled it while I was sitting
There's an
there.
end
'cause I was-
credit scene.
Well, there's not an end credit scene, but there is like a little thing at the end. It just says James Bond will return,
Yeah.
Sound.
which means obviously if it is a James Bond returns, it's not going to be a female unless
So-
her name's James, which I'm not going to judge if that's the case.
Yeah.
That's a unisex name.
Well, let's look at it this way. We had that final goodbye scene with the drinking, right? And we see the team. So that's the team that he's had for like this 5 other films, including the
Another nod to
new
his drinking
007 and everything else like that. But you look at that team, and then it's really kind of like a goodbye to that team because obviously he's dead in this universe for them,
Yeah.
right? She can't just go and say, well, I could take back the 007, but you could call me James Bond if you want, or whatever and stuff like that. So when you say James Bond will return, which we're going to do in our final prediction here, is that do you think she will come back as a new 007?
It really depends what they're going to do because if they are rebooting with a new actor, which they are going to do next year, they can't continue this. They said that they're going to start.
Yeah. They
year.
said they're going to start next
I feel like
year.
they should give it a bit of a break.
Yeah,
They gave it 2 years already.
I feel like
I think they've already working on it.
I feel like
Too much of a cash cow.
let that character be 007. Go and give me a new James Bond.
Yeah.
Like I'm all for 007 being whatever gender, creed, beliefs, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like go and be that part. But James Bond is James Bond. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, supposedly Amazon has the rights to do a series as well.
Oh, because they bought MGM, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they could do a series with her, and that would
with her. I'm saying
they could do that.
what I would suggest is what I would suggest is they give her a shot with the series, but they bring in Paloma.
Yeah.
Again, like going back to what I said earlier, I don't think they made her a likable enough character. I mean,
No, they
maybe
really
towards
didn't.
no, not her. Yeah.
007.
Shanana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really didn't. They proper stacked her up against it. First of all, you got to go up against arguably the best Bond ever,
Yeah.
and then you've got to go like all the like anti-woke people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it can't
So
be
if
this
she's
and it
the
can't be
person you
that.
want to keep, they didn't go it the right way.
Really stacked her up against it.
Exactly.
And to be fair,
I don't think she's going to get a movie. I definitely don't. I wouldn't put the series past her because
Yeah,
that could be just
I
them
think the
like
Bond people
saying,
said
hey,
they don't want to do a series, though, haven't they?
well, yeah, but they don't own it though. If Amazon owns MGM, so that means the Broccolis had Eon, whether Eon Studios or something like that, and but when they sold MGM to Amazon could do whatever the hell they want to with their copyright.
Yeah,
I
that's
get
you.
their
Like that.
I
property.
get you.
You know what I mean? But they could still, the Broccolis could still make a movie. You see what I mean? And stuff. The studios could still make a movie. So all right, just around the table, right?
Before we go,
The next James Bond, yeah, male or female, if you feel you want to be like that. I'm going for Idris.
You know, he's the exact same age as Daniel Craig, and everyone says that Daniel Craig's too old.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
we can't do it.
Henry Cavill?
Nah.
Oh, you
I
don't
won.
believe in Henry Cavill? A lot of people vote for Henry
For,
Cavill.
for James Bond.
Do you want to know a little fun
He's
fact about
far
him?
too wet for James Bond.
What?
Yeah, he's
Do you want
far
to
too
know a
wet.
little fact about Henry Cavill?
Huh?
He does actually have a history with James Bond.
Does he?
He auditioned for Casino Royale.
Did he?
He was the director's top choice,
Ooh.
and the producers overruled him.
Good. I'm glad. Because now he's Geralt, and he does it very well.
He's Geralt of Rivia.
Yes.
I wonder why the Rivia man says that. But
Well, he does it, I could have been really not okay with that, you know what I mean? If he didn't do it well, I would have kicked off.
yeah.
Actually, I would have probably wrote him a letter and been like, you're a professional actor, do better.
Don't worry, man. Witcher 2 is coming out.
No, I can't wait. I'm really excited. Yes, Henry Lahr.
So who?
Good effort.
James Bond for you then?
So I'm thinking, like, go and find someone who's like a no one. Go and find an actor who's hungry, not known. Give them a massive role, and go right. you're the next James Bond. Just whoever's.
So not like a Charlie Hunnam or something.
No, like I don't want to see. I don't want to see someone I've already seen before. I want the new James Bond to be fresh, so they can come at it any way they want to. Like I want it to be. To be honest, I'd like him to be less London-y and less regal. I'd like to be like England. I know it's a very small place, but there's a lot of different cultures in the UK. Do you know what I mean? I would like to see. Sound still do the for the Queen and Country thing. Do all that, but do it from like someone who wasn't from Oxford. Do it from someone from like Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? Have a Geordie Bond or like a Scouse Bond, not like not like heavily and be like 007 lab and all that, but.
It's kind of it's kind of like the Kingsman, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like,
exactly.
And to me, they've already did that. I think they've already managed to do like 3 different Kingsman movies, and we don't really need another.
Third one's coming out.
Another, I know the Kingsman. I don't think we need another Bond type of character. I think we need to go completely different. Because, I mean, I don't know. I think the Kingsman kind of like said, hey, look, forget Bond. We're anti-Bond, and we're going to do all of that.
They do kind of smash a few of the tropes to pieces, don't they, in the Kingsman, like, which is really good. But I think it's like the same reason I wouldn't want to see a male Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that wouldn't work, would it?
I just wouldn't.
But wait.
That's actually a good example of one that does work.
Isn't that what Tom Holland doing with Chaos Walking? Anyway, what about you, Blake?
Well, that's the thing, innit? Go and make a new IP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just go and make something new and cool and fun.
I'm just saying he's like
Free
a male
Guy,
Tomb Raider.
which we didn't review.
Yeah, we need to do it. I think we need to do Free Guy. Is that on the list?
It's not on the list, but it should have been.
When's it on the list? Like 2023?
Yeah, probably. But it's no longer original. Maybe Free Guy
we've
2.
been trying to get our organisation skills together.
We got to end this.
Luke Evans. Because I think he fits the role. But I think he's older again, though, isn't he?
Luke Evans is too much like old. He should be in Robin Hood or
I'll do it.
Three Musketeers.
I'll do it. Give me speech therapy to not speak like a...
Next James Bond confirmed.
Speak like a dope, right? I'll get jacked. I won't get too jacked, though, because you got to fit in suits and that. I'll get jacked. I'll learn to speak properly. I'll do it.
All right, man. Matt for James Bond. Yeah, the new one. And everything like that. He's only got a year to He's only got a year to get jacked.
Do stunts and shit.
He's only got a year to get jacked. He can do it. You can do it.
So what's everyone's overall thoughts of this film?
Belter. I
liked it, but I mean, I would have to be at like a 7 or 8 for me because
it dips in a bit.
Yeah. I'd say 8. It's made me want to go back and watch them again.
Yeah.
It's
a great swan song for Craig.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a great swan song. And stuff like that, definitely.
And it opens up the franchise, like, to kind of go anywhere, really.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope we just take that as an opportunity and don't just
keep
doing the same thing.
I want to reset.
What about Australian Bond? Anyway.
Yeah, sure. You know what I mean?
Like, no, I'm just saying, man. Don't have to be
England
or
could probably
American.
be American Bond. And they'd be like, oh, God, here we go.
Jimmy Bond.
No. Your number?
Call me Jimmy.
I think it's probably like a 7.5 or so. I think it is a really good film. It is really well made. There are controversial things that I think some people are not going to be on board with, like what they do with Bond.
See, all that, I'm just like, it doesn't like it. I think people get so attached to these like ideas of like
IPs,
like it has to be like this. It's like.
Like us Marvel fans.
No, it doesn't. You know what I mean? Go and make something cool, and let's all appreciate it.
I think it's fine making something cool and changing something. Not changing it. I think it's make something original. Don't change what's not broke. That's what it is. I don't want them to just I don't want them to just like reinvent it. But if they make something different, that's fine.
Hell yeah.
Nice one. All right, well, it's time to end this show and everything like that. You know, we started really late, but it's like, once again, I'm surrounded by the team or the Bonds or the squad. And either way you look at it is that, you know, it's great to see Blake finally in the house and everything. I mean, hopefully he comes back on house more times. All right.
Hopefully when I don't have to mix as well.
Yeah, well,
quite distracting.
If it takes a little bit long between the mixes, we know why. If it takes a little bit long between the mixes, we know why. But you know what? All I got to say is my favorite drink is vodka, shaken, not stirred.